Sebastian came over to me at the backstage
Two
of
name
Comedy and Magic Club.
Yes.
And this was like, I don't know, 7-8 years ago.
Yeah.
Like just before he popped. And he was like, who does Sebastian here? Anybody? Do it.
Anybody? Me and
What did he say?
Michael do
What
it
did he
great.
say to you?
I could try.
Mentioning that no one knows
These
him.
people, they don't know who I am. Just like what they're putting the paint to back there.
That's not bad. It's not good, but it's not
bad.
bad.
I have it sometimes.
No,
I have it sometimes.
you are a master at impressions. We're gonna get into you. I'm almost up to you.
Oh, we're almost up
I'm
to
almost
me.
up to you. But Sebastian
Elon
was
Gold, the
just
Jews. He's playing for the Jews. Who's doing that? Who's doing that?
that's good. The
Kid
whisper.
skills? You're going into kid skills?
Are you doing?
So what'd he say?
He said, I can't get arrested. I can't get a gig. I can't. Just kvetch after kvetch.
Oh, he's
And I turned to him and I go, Sebastian, you have a special coming out on Comedy Central. Soon, very soon, everyone will know what we know. We being comedians.
Yeah.
You didn't want to follow Sebastian. Sebastian is a killer,
Yeah.
a monster. He was the one guy that I'd look at the list and be like, Sebastian, Elon Gold. I went, oh, damn it.
Yeah, he was a Laugh
destro-
Factory guy that would vanish into anonymity, but you were like, what was
What
that?
just happened? Destroyed the room.
Yes.
So I said, they'll all know. And then cut to the special airs. Nobody. Doesn't even, a blip, not even anything. Then he does another special.
Oh,
and then
wow.
literally by his third special, I think it was just before his third special, Jerry put him on Comedians in Cars.
That was how I
That
heard
was
it.
like, oh,
That
who's
was
this
how I
guy?
heard
Why
it,
does
yeah.
Jerry like him?
And Sebastian was blowing up before anyone knew his name. He was filling
And
up
he
rooms
was,
bigger
yeah.
than his name was. It was a
Correct.
fascinating
And
kind of
And
thing.
Jews still don't know his name because they're like, that guy with the pace
The guy with the pace outfit.
That was
Yeah.
that bit too, and it's a testament to the new age of content in which one bit that can get millions of views.
That's how I saw. I saw
all the
him-
Jews found out about Sebastian from one clip of a
saw
peso.
one bit.
Italian should cater to peso.
Literally one bit, my Christmas
never
tree
saw
bit,
that.
has millions of views,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I've performed all over the world because of one bit. It's so
So
crazy.
not forget about shitting on podcasts. Like the new age of content is an incredible thing for the independent
Yeah.
creator and comedian. Like you now can broadcast to the world and without the
Yes.
gatekeepers.
I was thinking that based on like what NCSY and these like Kiruv programs have kind of taught me that like you can't be successful until you're 40. Like I feel like if you're
It's like Kabbalah.
it's
You
like
can't
almost
learn-
no, but like
yeah.
also like the whole point of life is to be not religious for years, and then one day you find Judaism,
That's
and then you're
funny.
successful.
But you-
I just feel like people don't crack it unless you're like Mulaney or you're like Chappelle. It's crazy.
Unless you're like,
So-
like Eddie Murphy cracked it at 19 because he's the most talented human being that ever lived. Besides,
But like
him,
Sebastian,
Jamie Foxx.
Sebastian, I'm saying around 40.
Yes,
and-
even later.
But this
yeah.
question of the
40s.
long game and the undeniability that with time and persistence and talent and applying all that with work, like
Yes.
Well,
you were
Wait,
saying
but
before.
so then what's the difference between? I want to hear more about what's the difference between John Mulaney and Sebastian Maniscalco. Is Sebastian not as funny? Did he not get his voice until later? Like
What's funny that you bring up both of them
'Cause they're both hilarious.
Because Mulaney at the Cellar was the one I would dread following
Mm-hmm.
because his jokes are crafted perfectly, and nobody writes better than him, and his delivery is amazing. So I'm like, they're gonna notice how much worse and weaker my bits are after seeing his bits. His bits are so strong that my genius bits are garbage next to his. So him and Sebastian, who's not like the greatest living comedy writer, but he's one of the greatest living comedy performers ever.
Right.
So he could take any premise without writing jokes and make it hilarious. You just want to watch him tell the story. But the difference is their styles, and then they both. By the way, they both, like, John came up with writing, right? Got an SNL gig writing. He was the star of SNL. Everyone said in the room, could be 20 people in the room. And, you know, in that moment where everyone's pitching and everyone just looks up and things, he was first to, and it was always the one that was the keeper. Like, you never nixed the Mulaney pitch. He's always just there. And then he just kept doing, you know, stand-up. But Sebastian, it was the slow roll. Of
It's also
working.
probably like a timing thing in terms of when, I don't know, comedy had a rebirth again. You know, John Mulaney.
revolution,
I-
yeah.
I
Yeah,
just-
it was a rebirth.
in terms of
yeah.
that time, let's say 10 years ago,
Right.
when everything started again.
And my old
Interesting.
friend Phil Hartman
yes.
said to me,
Oh.
"The cream always rises to the top," and then his wife shot him.
You've also come from the age of gatekeepers. Like you were,
Oh yeah.
like you were